You made it to 2024! I knew you would. 2023 has been quite the year of ups and downs, especially for the Disney company, but today we're exploring what's on the horizon for all the Disney parks and what you can expect to see appear during this new year of fun. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. So Disney's given us a lot to chew on lately. We've heard of potential land expansions, reimagined ride possibilities, and super early concept art for park projects that are coming soon. Now, the only problem is soon seems to be a relative term with no legs to stand on. So the focus of today's video is going to be on the projects that are specifically slated for a 2024 release that we know of currently. Obviously, Disney could feed us more 2024 release dates as we get further into the year. They probably will, but we'll give you the 411 of what we know right now. For not just Disney World, but for Disneyland, the Disney Cruise Line, and even those international parks too. So starting out with the January 9th Trinity. If you've kept up with Disney World drama at all in 2023, you probably know what's coming. January 9th is going to be the day when so many Disney World rules and add-ons go back to the way they were before COVID-19 for the most part. The first part of this triple whammy of updates has to do with the Disney dining plan. More specifically, its return. For those who don't know what the dining plan is, since it's been MIA from Disney World for nearly 4 years now, and a lot of you who are going into kindergarten next year weren't even born the last time the Disney dining plan was happening. Now, this add-on is a way for guests booking a vacation package through Disney to prepay for pretty much all their dining costs. You don't have to add this to your trip if you don't want it, but having it will make your trip feel more all-inclusive, like cruise ship dining, instead of having to worry about paying out of pocket for every single meal around the parks. 2 plans will be available upon its return, the standard dining plan and the quick service dining plan. If you want a closer look at all the full details of the DDP and whether it'll be worth your hard-earned cash or not, you can always check out our new digital guide, Maximizing the Disney Dining Plan, over on dfbstore.com. And be sure to use the code YouTube to knock down the price of your guidebook purchase. The second part of the January 9th triple whammy has to do with how you actually get into the parks. Currently, all Disney World ticket holders must make a park pass reservation for each day they plan on being in the theme parks. However, come January 9th, park pass reservations will not be required for those who purchase date-based tickets, which is most of us. This means that guests who buy theme park tickets tied to specific dates, like regular out-of-town vacationers, will not need to make a reservation. However, guests with tickets that are not based on specific dates will still need to make those park pass reservations going forward. This includes annual pass holders most of the time, cast members, and other non-date-based ticket types. That being said, Disney also previously announced good-to-go days for pass holders and cast members. On these days, annual pass holders and cast members will be able to enter the parks, no park pass reservation necessary. Disney previously said that these good-to-go days would begin sometime in 2024, but now we know for sure they will start in January as well. Now, finally, Disney announced that beginning January 9th, all-day park hopping is finally coming back. Anyone who has a park ticket with Park Hoppers or all annual pass holders will be able to visit another theme park at any time of day during park hours. Ever since Park Hoppers returned in 2021, guests have only been able to start jumping over to other parks after 2 p.m. each day, but that restriction will be fizzling away soon. Whew, already we are hitting you with a lot of stuff right off the bat, but we want to make sure you're more than prepared for that upcoming Disney World trip of yours. So if you're ready to really deep dive into the vacation prep, then head on over to dfbstore.com and pick up our Everything Guide bundle. This is going to hook you up with literally all the Disney World guidebooks we've got to offer to make sure you're getting the best Disney planning advice and only the best Disney planning advice out there. This bundle also includes our brand new 2024 DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, but we'll also throw in our 2023 guide too, just as an added thanks for all you do. And to purchase this bundle at our super discounted price, head over to dfbstore.com and you'll find it featured up front and center on the main page. And for an even bigger discount, make sure to type in code YouTube to save more on your final purchase. All right, we've got the Little Mermaid news you've been waiting for. We weren't sure what was going to happen to the old voyage of the Little Mermaid stage show that used to take place in Hollywood studios. Even after the pandemic closures, it stayed MIA, becoming this whole elephant in the room scenario that everyone avoided talking about but really couldn't avoid thinking about since the big old Voyage of the Little Mermaid signage still lingered menacingly over the abandoned theater. But just recently, as in right before Christmas, we learned that Voyage of the Little Mermaid is finally going to be replaced with an updated version of the show called The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure. This new show will be inspired by the original animated classic, and it'll still find fun and fresh ways to bring new life to the well-loved story. When it opens, you can expect musical numbers that were previously featured in the old show, like Part of Your World and Poor Unfortunate Souls, as well as a brand new musical number for Kiss the Girl. The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, is slated to open in Hollywood studios this fall. Now let's talk Haunted Mansion next. Disney World just welcomed its newest happy haunt, the Hatbox Ghost, into its version of the Haunted Mansion at the tail end of 2023. But what is Disneyland's version of Haunted Mansion going to be up to starting in January 2024? Well, lots. Disney has announced that the grounds of the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland will be stretching. And no, it won't just be your imagination. So what changes are taking place here exactly? Well, first there's going to be an expanded outdoor queue to immerse guests in enhanced theming. According to Imagineering lore, the Haunted Mansion was first built by a prosperous sea captain, and to this day, the mansion's staff faithfully maintains the happy haunting grounds. The expanded queue will tie into these stories and more, including new gardens inspired by Master Gracie, Madame Leota, and the One-Eyed Cat. Disney has also shared that the objects found in Leota's garden will be inspired by her incantation, so that's pretty cool. There will be gardens in this space featuring unique elements ranging from a water fountain and gazebo to themed statuary and landscaping, and you'll also get the chance to see a new greenhouse where the groundskeepers for the Haunted Mansion exercise their green thumbs. And don't worry, Disney has assured fans that the pet cemetery and horse-drawn funeral hearse will continue to reside on the attraction's grounds alongside all the new stuff. And here's the other really awesome addition to come. Disney's also going to be taking this opportunity to improve the accessibility of these areas, including a new elevator exit from the Haunted Mansion for guests with disabilities. But wait, we are not finished yet. There will also, of course, be a new retail shop next to the ride's exit, themed to be the carriage house of the mansion, belonging to Leota. From the sounds of it so far, this Haunted Mansion-inspired gift shop could be somewhat similar to the Memento Mori shop that already exists in Disney World, but we're still curious to see just how alike or different these stores end up being. So interested in the size. Memento Mori always seems so small to me, and I feel like they could do so much more with a larger shop. Construction all these additions in Disneyland is set to begin in January of 2024. Let's talk major Genie Plus changes. Not gonna lie, this point is a little more vague, especially when it comes to an actual 2024 update, but it could also be one of the biggest changes coming to the parks this year. If you visited Disney World during the days of FastPass Plus, then you might be missing those simpler times when you could grab up to 3 FastPass reservations before your trip instead of having to wait until the day of to book anything. And if you're sitting there nodding along and thinking, yeah, I do really miss that, then you're going to be thrilled with what Disney's cooking up next. Disney recently commented that they've listened to guests who are wanting to plan with Disney Genie Plus service and individual Lightning Lane selections before the day of their park visit, so that they can just enjoy the Disney days instead of stressing over them. Therefore, the company has expressed that they're now working on ways guests may do this for visits in 2024. Great. So what does that mean? Well, that's all we know so far. Disney hasn't yet revealed any further details on what these potential changes might look like for us using Genie Plus in the future, but more details hopefully will be released very soon. In the meantime, Genie Plus still operates the same way, where you'll book one Lightning Lane at a time during your park day, but we'll let you know when we learn more. Also, if you're interested in Genie Plus, we got a lot of videos all about it here on the channel. Go ahead and grab that playlist next. Moving on to the Polynesian Village Disney Vacation Club Tower. Okay, even if you're not planning on staying in a high-priced DVC room during your next vacation, you'll still want to know what's going on at Disney's Polynesian Village in 2024, because the updates there could still end up impacting your trip too, regardless of where you're going to be staying. Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is currently constructing some new Disney Vacation Club villas, the giant tower, set to open later in 2024. This is going to give DVC members a few new options for staying at this tropical-style getaway. The new rooms will feature waterfront views, with most, if not all, also offering balconies. But along with these swanky new rooms, the new structure will also offer tons of new amenities. And while swimming and recreation areas will more than likely be reserved for Polynesian Village guests only, the new dining options set to open here should be available for all of us, just like how it works currently with other Disney resort restaurants, where you can still book reservations for that table service inside a resort even if you're not staying there. Again, no word on what the dining at this new DVC Tower is going to look like yet. Here's to hoping it's something luau-worthy, but as we get closer to this DVC area opening up, I'm sure we're going to hear more about what's going to be available so you can get all pumped up for it like we will. Now, the Cake Bake Shop was supposed to be here by now, but due to some construction delays, we're now looking at an early 2024 opening. Regardless, we're still super stoked to see this one finally open up. The Cake Bake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers is going to be a new bakery and cafe in Disney's Boardwalk Inn Resort. This place will feature a variety of pastries and baked goods, as well as offer both counter service and table service options. It'll also even serve an afternoon tea, and of course, it's going to have that champagne bar. Not only that, but we're also going to be able to enjoy less fancy/frilly, but still exciting new Blue Ribbon corn dog stand that's slated to open in 2024 at the Boardwalk Inn as well. Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs originally started serving their hand-dipped corn dogs and other unique corn dog creations over in Disneyland's downtown Disney, but now they've migrated on over to the East Coast too. Get ready for some not-so-average corn dog creations. At Disneyland, we've seen this stand offer up options like the Mexican street corn dogs, which have been promised to come to Orlando, the Christmas corn dogs made with turkey and served with a side of cranberry sauce, and even the pickle corn dog with a side of peanut butter. It's time to jump into Fort Wilderness. Disney Vacation Club has announced its plan to redesign the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. The proposal calls for more than 350 refreshed cabins to replace the existing cabins at this resort. Cabins will be inspired by the resort's idyllic setting while also paying homage to the unique culture and heritage through the magic of Disney storytelling, whatever that means. Cabins are going to sleep up to 6 adults and feature a bedroom, bathroom, living room, full kitchen, and private patio. Some cabins will even be dog-friendly, so Spot and Fido can join in on the vacation fun. We don't have an exact timeline for when these new Fort Wilderness cabins will be all spruced up and ready to book, but Disney is saying that they should be ready sometime in 2024. Not a lot to go off of here, but hey, I guess it's not nothing. Now here's a major change that's going to impact both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. Splash Mountain closed in early 2023 to make way for a new ride themed to Disney's animated film, The Princess and the Frog. And this new attraction is called Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The reimagined log flume will take guests through the bayous of Louisiana to help Tiana with her newest endeavor, Tiana's Foods. During the ride, you'll not only get the chance to geek out over familiar favorite characters straight from The Princess and the Frog movie, but you'll also be introduced to some new characters along the way too. Neither Disneyland nor Disney World has an official opening date set just yet, but what we do know for now is that A, it's set to open up in 2024 for both parks, and B, we're more than ready to take on that 50-foot plunge again. Now, we love happy endings at DFB. Absolutely eat them up. And this is a happy ending we've been waiting to hear more about for a good long time. As you may already know, Disneyland's beloved Fantasmic show has been closed for a while now. In fact, the show abruptly ended back in April 2023 after the Maleficent dragon caught fire mid-show. But after years and years of asking and asking, quote unquote, Disney's finally given us a reopening date. Mark it on your calendars, folks. Fantasmic will reopen on May 24th, 2024. Now, not to be a Debbie Downer about things, because again, this is a happy ending to a more than successful tale, there are some sour parts concerning Fantasmic's return you need to be aware of. The Maleficent dragon was destroyed in the fire, and Disney has decided to permanently retire her from the West Coast Parks show. With no Maleficent dragon to battle, Sorcerer Mickey will have to find a new way to complete the final battle and close out the show. Now, don't misunderstand, the battle at the end of the show is still going to be happening in some way, shape, or form, but we'll be seeing the two characters battle it out in a different way going forward. It's a bummer for sure that we won't see the animatronic dragon's return because she's super cool, but what's most important is the safety of the cast members performing in the show and working behind the scenes, and we're looking forward to seeing what Disney comes up with instead. And now for an update that's not just going to impact Hollywood Studios and Disneyland, but Disneyland Paris too. During Star Wars Celebration Europe back in April, Disney announced that the Disney Park Star Tours attractions would be getting a huge upgrade. And then during Destination D23 back in September, we learned exactly what that upgrade would be. Star Tours has been updated frequently over the years as new Star Wars movies have come out to make sure the characters and areas you encounter during the ride are still fresh and relevant and keeping up with the Star Wars lore. And that's exactly what's going to happen again this spring. Star Tours will be getting a new show scenes that include more characters and settings straight from new Star Wars series like Ahsoka. While you won't be guaranteed to see these new additions during your particular ride-throughs, since each Star Tours journey is randomized and there's lots of iterations, it might be worth riding this one a few times over during your next visit just to improve your chances of seeing them. Pixar Fest didn't come back to see us at Disneyland in 2023, but it's for sure coming back in 2024. Pixar Fest is returning from April 26th through August 4th, and during this event you'll be able to experience colorful decorations, themed menu offerings, and commemorative souvenirs. There are going to be Pixar twists all throughout the theme parks and hotels in downtown Disney, so it won't be hard to find your favorite Pixar characters hanging out somewhere in the area. And there will also be a new daytime parade, Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration in Disney California Adventure, as well as a returning nighttime show Together Forever, a Pixar nighttime spectacular for Disneyland Park, featuring some brand new scenes. And let's not forget the biggest Pixar upgrade of them all, the Pixar Place Hotel, which is the brand new re-theme of the former Paradise Pier Hotel. This is officially done with its major transformation on January 30th, so if you really want to go all out for Pixar Fest, go ahead and book a room at the new Pixar-centric hotel too. While most of these Disney updates may be exciting for guests to hear about, this next Disneyland one is a mixed bag. Both West Coast parks, Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure, have been opening 30 minutes early every day for Disneyland Resort hotel guests, but that'll be changing starting on January 20th, 2024. Instead of being able to freely choose which park you want early access to each day, hotel guests will now only get an extra 30 minutes for one of the parks, meaning Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure will take turns offering this early entry benefit. For upcoming resort guests, this can be a major bummer. Those staying at a Disneyland Resort hotel and paying decent money to do so will no longer be able to receive early access to either Disneyland Resort park they desire in the morning. Instead, they'll have to abide by Disneyland's new early entry schedule if they want to take advantage of those extra 30 minutes. But there is a good side to this. If you aren't planning on staying at a Disneyland Resort hotel, then you can use this early theme park access change to your advantage. Instead of being 30 minutes behind Disneyland Resort hotel guests at both parks each day, you'll only be at a disadvantage for one park, so you can plan around that and visit whichever park won't have early entry to even the playing field. Let's step out of the parks for a minute and hit the high seas. Disney's going to be taking their 6th ever cruise ship, the Disney Treasure, out on her maiden voyage on December 21st, 2024. This new ship will be inspired by Walt Disney's lifelong love of adventure, featuring all new restaurants and lounges, some seriously impressive rooms, and even a Zootopia-themed sweet store. The Disney Treasure will sail to the Eastern and Western Caribbean with 7-night voyages, so you'll get plenty of time to explore all the new areas inside the ship. Disney may add other destinations and voyage lengths like 3- and 4-night cruises later on, but for now, they've only announced the 7-night cruises to the Caribbean. Looks like the Wish is going to keep doing its 3- and 4-night voyages. Planning a Disney cruise next year? We are here to help. From packing tricks to insider tips, we know all the secrets to help you have a successful vacation, and we've got it all compiled in our free Disney Cruise Line Ultimate Guide. Scan the QR code you see on your screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/cruise planning after this. We're going to get to that digital guide to your inbox faster than you can say Jumbo Pop. Zootopia reference for you. I'm still not over the sweet store, apparently. In case you haven't picked up on it already, Disney Cruise Line's got a busy year ahead of them, and it doesn't stop with that brand new ship. Located on the island of Eleuthera in the Bahamas, Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point will be opening in the summer of 2024. This is a colorful island destination that's got an adults-only beach, family water play area, themed kids club, lots of port excursion opportunities, and a lot more. This is basically Disney's newest private island. The curvilinear buildings that you see around this island will, at first glance, look like shells along the shore, but as you look more closely, you'll find artistic expressions of the native flora and fauna and the pageantry and history of Junkaroo parades. Guests will also find several references to Bahamian folklore characters here, setting it apart from its private island sibling, Castaway Cay. The Disney Magic, Dream, and Fantasy cruise ships will all offer sailings to Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, with a preview sailing on the Disney Magic starting June 6th to the 9th, 2024, and an inaugural sailing on the Disney Fantasy starting June 8th to the 15th, 2024. Now this next one I am so excited about. Tokyo Disney Sea is about to open up their biggest expansion since 2001. Fantasy Springs is coming to Tokyo Disney Sea to become the park's 8th port, bringing with it 3 new lands themed around Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan. In each of these lands, there'll be new attractions and rides, restaurants, and plenty of happy tears coming from me, of course. Disney recently announced that Fantasy Springs is set to open on June 6th, 2024. Best news ever. However, here's the catch that you need to know about if you plan on visiting Fantasy Springs when it first opens. To get inside Fantasy Springs and experience its newest attractions, you'll either need a free standby pass or you'll need to pay for the Disney Premier Pass for eligible attractions. Or you'll need to be staying at the brand new Fantasy Springs Hotel. If you want to learn more about how these services work in Tokyo Disneyland and Sea, be sure to check out our Ultimate Guide to Tokyo Disney video, now live on the DFB channel. Now, this 2024 update may have passed over your radar, but I'm bringing it to your attention right now. The 5-star Disneyland Hotel at Disneyland Paris has been closed for refurbishment for a few years now, but that major transformation is almost complete. On January 25th, 2024, Disneyland Hotel in Disneyland Paris will finally reopen, and the entire hotel has been completely reimagined with luxury rooms, gourmet dining, and immersive experiences, all inspired by Disney's royal stories. Guests can choose from superior, deluxe, and castle club rooms or signature suites, which all have unique design elements inspired by those happily ever after tales. The most immersive rooms, however, are the princely and royal suites, which are directly inspired by classics like Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Rapunzel, Beauty and the Beast, and Frozen. In these suites, you're going to find details like Aurora's color-changing dress and Queen Elsa's ice castle. We got a big year ahead of us, folks. We are excited for you to come along as we explore it all. Don't forget, we got a free Disney Cruise Line guide just waiting for you to download right now over at disneyfoodblog.com/cruise planning. So what are you waiting for? Go check that out and get to brainstorming your next big vacation adventure. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.